To tonight's virtual parent academy. My name is Marielle Milano, and I'm the director for family engagement and digital outreach in Orange County Public Schools. And tonight we're going to be talking about getting connected with digital tools. So, first off, before we begin, I want to just go ahead and ask those of you who have joined us, how does connecting to your child's school with digital tools make you feel? How do you feel when you're connecting to the school? I know for some people it feels great, for other people it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. How does it make you feel? And you can just put that into the chat box. How does it make you feel to connect with your child when you're trying to use digital tools? I know for me, it definitely sometimes makes me feel a little bit confused or unsure about which app to use for which thing and how I am supposed to connect with the school at which time. And so tonight, I want you to leave being able to be clear about which one of the digital tools you should use for each function in OCPS. So we're going to learn how to navigate important OCPS digital platforms and view outreach opportunities. You can put your questions in the chat box at any time, and I'll be able to see them. And you can also click on the closed captioning or CC, and that will let you select the language of your choice for tonight's presentation. All right, so the first application that's going to be really important for you to be aware of is something called the OCPS Parent Portal. The OCPS Parent Portal can be accessed at parents.classlink.com/OCPS, and I'll put that in the chat for you right now. When you log into the OCPS Parent Portal, you're going to have access to over 20 different applications that can help you navigate your child's school experience. And two of the most important ones are Canvas Parent and Skyward Family Access. We're going to start by learning about Skyward Family Access. So, Skyward Family Access is the place where you can see your child's official grades, their report cards, their attendance, online forms, schedules, graduation, everything you need to know about basically your child's permanent record. This is like a digital version of your child's permanent record. So, in order to get into the OCPS Parent Portal and access Skyward, you're going to first need to create an account. And you can find all of the information about how to create an account on our Skyward information page. That's where all of our information is about Skyward. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to make sure that you create that account for Launchpad and Skyward. Your Launchpad account controls your access to all of these systems. And when you log into Launchpad, you're able to log into other systems. Kind of how, like, sometimes if you were to try to, let's say, log into, YouTube or another platform, it might ask you if you want to log in with Google or log in with Facebook, something like that. Well, your Launchpad account is going to be just like that. It also makes it so that we have very tight security over that account, and we can make sure your students' information is super safe. So it's important that you use your cell phone number or your email address when you create that account. So when you first register your student, your Skyward account, your Launchpad account, is created 1 to 2 days after you register your child for school for the first time. So once you log into Launchpad, you're going to be able to access everything that is there. So again, when you go to parents.classlink.com, you're going to enter in your cell phone number or email address and your password. And then you're going to click on Skyward. You don't want to use the Skyward mobile app. That's not for OCPS families. Our ClassLink Launchpad mobile app, though, is something that you can use. Once you get into Skyward Family Access, you're going to see so much important information. The first thing that you'll notice at the top is that you can toggle between different students. So if you have more than one student, you can use the drop-down menu to pick between two different students. Or you can pick all students, and that will show the information for all of your students at one time. You'll also notice that in the top right is your name. You're going to see many different modules inside of Skyward Family Access. Every place you see blue text, there is a link. So for example, if you click out fill out online form, you're going to see more information. There are online forms, the calendar, the gradebook, attendance, student information, the student schedule, discipline, test scores, information about student services, your graduation requirements if your child's in high school, their academic history, their portfolio, which is really another name for a folder where their report cards and progress reports are, their health information, and your login history. If you ever need help getting into Skyward, you can visit ocps.net and then click on Current Families and Skyward Information. And this will help you see how to get assistance. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that link right in the chat for you so you're able to see where that Skyward Family Access page is. It has a very great list of frequently asked questions that can help you with many common problems. All right, so time to check your understanding. What is the official gradebook of OCPS? You can put your answer in the chat. What is the official gradebook of OCPS? For everyone who wrote Skyward, great job! Skyward is the official gradebook for Orange County Public Schools, and this is where you can find all of your child's information about their grades. You can see how they're doing in their classes right from Skyward. The next section that we're going to talk about is Canvas. Canvas is a really important application on the OCPS Parent Portal that you can visit to learn about the things your child is doing right now in class. So I like to think that Skyward is kind of like looking in the rear view mirror of your car. Everything in Skyward has already happened. It happened before. The grades are what's already happened. The attendance is what happened yesterday. Their test scores are already behind them. But Canvas is like looking out the windshield right in front of you. It's where all of the courses, the assignments, the calendar of upcoming information, your messages for your teacher, all of that can be found in Canvas Parent. Now, you can access Canvas Parent on the web through the OCPS Parent Portal by clicking on the Canvas tile, or you can download the Canvas Parent app. And the Canvas Parent app has the same information, but you can get it directly on your iPhone or Android phone. Inside of the Canvas Parent app, right on your phone, you'll be able to log in and see, like in the example here, what classes your child's taking, the grade they have in that class, and you can also check out their calendar. And if you click on the calendar at the bottom of the screen, you'll see all of their homework assignments that are coming up if the teacher put a due date on those homework assignments. So that's a really neat feature because sometimes it can be tough to know what students have due in their class. If you click on the assignment, like here, if I click on this assignment, it will open up in another screen and it will tell you, hello, hello. It will tell you how many points are there. There'll be a green check if it was submitted. Then you'll also be able to see the day it was due and the time it was due. And you can even set a reminder, and this will actually create a pop-up on your phone that will remind you the date and time that it is due. So like if your child has a book report coming up, it'll pop up on your phone and say, remember, they have a book report due. And then if in the description, you'll see any additional information that the teacher has provided. So for example, maybe directions or something like that. You can also set alerts right from the mobile app, and you can click on settings to do that. So right here, you'll see across the bottom, there was the course one, there was calendar, and now there's this section called alerts, the bell. So when you click on that bell, you'll be able to set up alerts. And those alerts can be if your child's grade drops below a certain point. It can be also if their grade goes over a certain point. Maybe you want to reward them if they get over a 90%. It can also create an alert for you if they have a missing assignment. A missing assignment means that the due date came and it went, and your child didn't turn that in. And that will create an alert for you if there's a missing assignment. And then you can also decide if you want an assignment grade alert. So a course grade means their overall average, all of the assignments mixed together, and the assignment grades are for each individual assignment. This little button at the bottom is an opportunity for you to decide if you want the same course announcements your child gets. Then right here on the right, you'll see what that looks like. These are the alerts that have popped up for Emily. So it tells that parent that she has a 91% over here, a 41% over here, and then it shows them when there's, a danger sign, right? Okay, so now let's take a look and see what you think. True or false, can you set up mobile alerts in Canvas? Let's see if you've been paying attention. True or false, you can set up mobile alerts in Canvas that go right to your phone. And you can just put your answer in the chat box. If you answered true, you are on the right track. You can set up mobile alerts for your child's grades and assignments in the Canvas Parent mobile app. And again, you can get that in the iPhone App Store or the Google Play Store for Android. Are there any questions so far about either Skyward Family Access, which again is all of that stuff that's behind us, or Canvas Parent, which is all of that stuff our students are doing right now that's in front of us? If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. I'll pause for just a minute to see if anyone has any questions. Before we move on to talk about something else that's new in our district and very exciting, Okay, I don't see any questions so far, so I'm going to keep going. If you do have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay, so this year we started a really great program called Talking Points for Families. And this program allows for you to talk really easily with your child's teacher through a text message because it can be necessary to be able to communicate with your child's teacher or another staff member, but you might not be able to pick up the phone and call them. Maybe you're at work, or maybe you can't access your email. So now you'll be able to send a text message. This is a really easy, safe way for you to be able to communicate with your child's teacher. And you'll be able to send them a message in English or the language that you speak at home. And that message will be automatically translated into the language that the teacher speaks. And then the teacher can reply to you and it's translated back into your language. So it makes it very easy to communicate about your child's progress. This is an example of how it works. You can see that they're talking back and forth easily without a translator because the Talking Points platform helps them to translate easily on its own. With Talking Points for Families, you're able to get the message from the child's school just like you get a text message from a friend or a family member. You can see here on the blue side of the screen that it pops up in your messages in the same place that your other text messages do. And that's true whether or not you have an iPhone or an Android. If, however, your family would like some more support, you can download the Talking Points for Families free mobile app. So, the Talking Points for Families free mobile app has additional translation features that make it very easy for you to get additional translation where they can help you understand something and retranslate it if it's confusing. You can also use the heart button to like something and kind of give a reaction instead of replying. Inside the app, you can also use text to speech and use the microphone to send a message to the teacher. And you can use the speaker to be able to listen to the messages from your child's teacher. We know that when your kids get in the car every day, and I have 4 girls myself, if you say, "What did you learn in school today?" or "What was good about school?" they say nothing. So once you're engaging and talking back and forth with the teacher using talking points, you'll be able to ask them about some of the things the teacher has shared with you. So hopefully the teacher will have said, "Hey, guess what? Your child is working on this great poem." And when they get in the car, instead of you saying, "What did you learn today?" you can say, "I heard you wrote a really great poem." And then they would want to tell you about it. There are a few different kinds of messages you might receive. You might receive classroom announcements as a text message. You might receive updates on what they're learning in class. You might receive attendance communication, like, for example, if your child's absent and they need to make up work. You might receive homework or homework assignment help, or periodic check ins to see how your child's doing, or updates on their grades and progress. Remember, you can communicate with staff in your home language because Talking Points will translate the messages so that you can communicate in your preferred language. On the screen, you'll see a QR code which will help you access the Apple Talking Points for Families app or the Android Talking Points for Families app. I'll pause here in case you want to try to access them. You'll also receive a link to these tomorrow in your email because you attended today's presentation. What questions do you have about talking points? If you have any, feel free to put them in the chat. I love connecting with my daughter's teachers using talking points. Today, for example, I sent her a quick message saying, "Hey, does my daughter have STEM club today?" And she was able to text me back right away and say, yes, she did. And I didn't have to send an email or leave my meeting at work. It made it so easy for me. Do you have any questions about using talking points to help your child? I hope each of you are using talking points already. Another great resource is our current families page. On the OCPS website at ocps.net, you can access the current families page right at the top of the screen. This has important numbers, quick links, information about how to navigate the school day, information about other considerations like exceptional student education or how to help your English language learner, and how to make the most of milestones like transitioning to elementary, middle, or high school. It also shares with you how you can access Community Connect to find resources everywhere in our area. If you need help, you can also join our Facebook group called the OCPS Family Digital Learning Support Group. There you can ask questions of other families who can help you get started using any of the digital tools we have. Did you know that Connect Orange also gives you the option to receive emails, voicemail, and SMS text messages? It does. Connect Orange can send you text messages as long as they have a valid mobile phone number and email address on file. It's so important that every single year you make sure your child's school has your email address and a mobile phone number for you and your child's other parent or family member so that everyone can get the correct communication. If you want to opt into receiving emergency text messages from OCPS about weather and school closures, you can text yes to 68453 right now. That's right. You can text yes to 68453 right now if you want to be in the know when OCPS decides to close school or if there's an emergency on your child's campus. Take a second and do it right away. Okay, last call. Text yes to 68453. Now, if you want to know about additional virtual mini academies and parent academies that are coming up, you can visit any school webpage in the district and you'll see a calendar on the front page. That calendar is going to have all of the upcoming information for you, and you can click right on there to join us. If you need to email one of your child's teachers, you can also use that same webpage for your child's school to click on faculty and staff and find every staff member's email address right there. We promise to respond in 48 hours or less. You might also notice that on your child's school webpage, there are these helpful icons across the bottom. This is where you can access a copy of the Student Code of Conduct, information about our digital tools, your child's lunchpad, the school menu and all of the different menu items for school lunch and breakfast, our Parent Academy, the Parent Portal, which is where you can access Skyward and Canvas Parent, School Pay, which is where you can pay for your online fees and things like that for your child, your school's report card, and the volunteer application. We have so many resources on our digital learning website that you can get to just by clicking on the laptop icon, including videos that help you get started using all of the tools we talked about today. Check out our technology onboarding video. Thank you for registering your child with Orange County Public Schools, and welcome to the OCPS family. We're happy you're here. Our vision is to ensure every student has a promising and successful future. And as a family member, you're an important part of our mission to create enriching and diverse pathways to lead our students to success. This video is to help you understand the technology tools you need as a parent to help support your student. Through the generous support of our community, every student at all schools is provided with a digital device. Students will use their digital device in many ways, such as accessing textbooks, creating projects, turning in assignments, and taking assessments. This means all the information you need will not always be in your child's backpack. The OCPS ClassLink Parent Portal is your one-stop shop for all of the most important information. Think of it as your digital backpack. On the OCPS Parent Portal, you can access Skyward Family Access, Canvas Parent, OCPS Digital Resources, School Pay, and many more important apps. The first OCPS Parent Portal app you will want to check out is Skyward Family Access. Here you will be able to see your child's class schedule, track their attendance, access their grades, and in just a few short weeks, access their progress reports and report cards. Think of it like their digital past, kind of like the thick permanent records you might remember from your childhood. The next OCPS Parent Portal app you'll need to know is called Canvas Parent. If Skyward is your student's digital past, then Canvas Parent is your student's present and future. Here you will find your child's digital planner with information about current assignments and upcoming due dates. And speaking of assignments, there may be a time when your child needs help with a digital resource you just aren't sure how to use. Not to worry, there's an app for that too. We have digital resources and guides for families on the OCPS Parent Portal and at digital.ocps.net. If you can't find what you need to help your child with our digital resources, please contact your child's school. Ready to get started? Head on over to parents.classlink.com/OCPS to register for your OCPS Parent Portal account using the personal email address or cell phone number you provided to the school when you registered your child. Once you register and set up your password, you can access the OCPS Parent Portal and its apps from a laptop, desktop, or mobile device. Thank you again for choosing Orange County Public Schools. It's going to be a great year. We hope that captured some of the high points for you and helped you see how easy it is to get connected to your child's school and use digital tools to help monitor their progress. If you have any questions, now's the perfect time to put them in the chat. Your child's Launchpad is an important part of their classroom experience. You heard it referenced in the video. Launchpad is kind of like the OCPS Parent Portal, but for students. This is where they go to access Canvas themselves. It's also where they go to access their digital textbooks. They get to this by going to launch.ocps.net. And it's very important that you as a parent know how to access it in case your child ever forgets their textbook at school in elementary school or needs to access a textbook in middle school or high school. You will not have your own login to Launchpad. Your child has a login to Launchpad, and if you need to log into Launchpad to see their textbooks, you'll have to do so with their information. They access it every single day and can show you how. Tonight, we've talked about our digital tools, Canvas. We've talked about Skyward Family Access. We've talked about Talking Points, and we talked about Launchpad. We've also talked about how important it is to register for the OCPS Parent Portal. We want to make sure that you feel successful after tonight. Here's my direct contact information where you can email me or call me with any questions you have about tonight's presentation. If you're having trouble making an OCPS Parent Portal account, please reach out to me and I can help you get started. We want everyone who's on the call to be able to be successful. Take a picture of the contact information on the screen if you haven't done so already. I will also put my email address in the chat box. This is your last chance to ask questions before we end our session tonight. I'll monitor the chat for a few more minutes to make sure that there are no additional questions. After tonight's session, you'll be able to find the recording for tonight on the OCPS Families channel. That's our YouTube channel where you can subscribe to get updates about all of our virtual mini academies and view any of the trainings you attend. You'll also get an email with this information and my contact information so that I can help you in case you need help. I want to thank you for attending tonight, and I'd also like to encourage you to register for the next Parent Academy. Our next Parent Academy is going to be at Apopka High School, and that's going to be on February 4th, which is a Saturday. And you can come in person to learn how to get your children the help that they need. Your children can come with you too. We have a free youth academy that's available that you can bring your school-age children ages 4 to 13, where they get to go to day camp while you learn as well. We're also excited to be able to provide you with lunch and an exhibit hall full of resources that we are happy to share with you. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to register into the chat so that you can visit it and be able to register for our next Parent Academy. Give me just a moment and we'll put that right in there for you. Awesome. We're so glad to hear that you're going to be there. There's the information. You can click directly on that link and you can register, and we will be there with bells on ready to welcome you. Thanks everyone for attending again tonight, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.